It's late night harness racing. Late night harness racing is brought to you by Miller Beer, by Coca-Cola, by the Illinois State Lottery, by True Value Hardware, and by the Buick dealers of Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana.
Good evening and welcome to Late Night Harness Racing. I'm Eleanor Flavin. We're going to be looking at the race results from Friday night at Maywood Park and joined a little bit later on in the program by harness owner Steve Newcomb. Let's go to the Daily Double, the first race, the first half of the Daily Double. They are known as 5 races of $30,000 in a lifetime to be claimed for $8,000. Changed the driver on number 6, Q-View Minucci, put Mark Albin in the bike, and on number 8, Never Struck Out. The horse was scratched. He came up sick, but still a compact field of 7 for the first race, and here's the call of track announcer Tony Salvaro.
It's Paragon LaRue by 2 1/4 lengths. It's Quail Hollow in second, Q-View Minucci. On the outside of horses, that's Egyptian Icer and Dom's Dream. Now they drive into the far turn. Paragon LaRue maintains her lead, but Q-View Minucci drives second on the outside. It's Quail Hollow in third. Here comes Egyptian Icer on the far outside. Now they're in the final 1/8 of a mile. It's Paragon LaRue, and here comes Q-View Minucci. Here they come turning for home, and Q-View Minucci is on the outside now to take command. It's Paragon LaRue on the outside. Here comes Quail Hollow with a rush. It's Q-View Minucci with the lead. It's Q-View Minucci straightening out at the wire.
And the victory goes to number 6, Q-View Minucci. Mark Albin in the bike. Steve Searle trains 1260 is the winning mutual. Quail Hollow and Fred Finn at 6:20 was second. Paragon LaRue and Reed Remley third. 2 minutes and 4/5 is the time for the winning mile. First half of the Daily Double, number 6. On to race 2. They're 4-year-olds and under. They're non-winners of 2 races in a lifetime. Changed the driver on number 3, Ralph Aroni, put George Connolly in the bike.
They're by the 3/4 mile mark. Mighty Ron by 2 1/4 lengths. Cicero Marty, he's right there in second. Ralph Aroni on the outside of horses. Stunning Chance. Here they come turning for home, and Mighty Ron cuts the corner. Here comes Cicero Marty with a rush. Cicero Marty on the outside now to take command, and Mighty Ron, a late move on the outside by Ralph Aroni. It's Cicero Marty, Ralph Aroni. Here comes Sleeper Hold with a rush. Cicero Marty, Sleeper Hold. Those two at the wire.
And the victory goes to number 2, Cicero Marty. Homer Hochstetler, the winning driver, and trainer 1220, the winning mutual. Sleeper Hold and Ron Marsh at 8:60 second. Ralph Aroni and George Connolly third. Time for the mile, 2:02 1/5. A perfecta of 2 and 4 returns $111.20, and a 6-2 Daily Double combination, 120.40. And that's the Daily Double from Friday night's card at Maywood Park. Coming up a little bit later in the program, we're going to be joined by harness owner Steve Newcomb. He's, of course, the owner of Buck and Wing, one of the partners on Nettle Creek Standardbred Farm. We're going to be looking at the prep race for the Maywood Pace and the free-for-all handicap. Welcome back, and we're looking at the racing action from Friday night at Maywood Park. The third race trifecta, they're $8,000 claimers. We did have one scratch. Yankee Showboat's Lame had to be scratched out of the race. Field of 7, and here's the call.
It's Brian Scott, but here comes Extraordinary. Here comes Tiger Rebel, 3 wide fourth. Now moving third, moving to second. On the inside, Storm K needs racing room. They move by the 3/4 mile mark. It's Brian Scott with the lead. Tiger Rebel is on the outside second. Storm K in third. Here they come turning for home, and Brian Scott has the lead now by 2 1/4 lengths. Storm K in second as they come to the wire. It's Brian Scott with the lead. It's Storm K at distant second. On the far outside, it's Keystone Breeze. Your leader is Brian Scott. It's all Brian Scott tonight. Storm K, Keystone Breeze is third.
And benefiting from the rail to get the victory, Brian Scott. Fred Finn, the driver. Jim Meade trains 580, the winning mutual. Storm Key and Walter Paisley second. Keystone Breeze and Randall Finn third. 2 minutes and 3/5 is the time for the mile. 1-3 perfecta combination returns $20.80. 1-3-5 on the trifecta, $178.40. On to race 4. Again, more 8 claimers. Big field of 8, no changes, and here's the call of Tony Salvaro.
Streak and Billy now powers on by. There goes Lingen Hook moving right with him. It shall be Abbey, followed on the outside by Golden Dart. They're by the 3/4 mile mark. It's Streak and Billy now by 4 lengths. It's Lingen Hook second, 2 lengths. On the outside it's Golden Dart and Shelby Abbey. Here they come turning for home, and Streak and Billy has the lead now by 5. On the outside it's Golden Dart. Down the stretch it's Streak and Billy with the lead. It's Golden Dart and Shelby Abbey. It's Streak and Billy with the lead. It is Streak and Billy at the wire. Golden Dart. Shelby Abbey is third.
Well, it's number 3, Streak and Billy. Al Heininger, the winning driver and trainer, 1960. That's the winning mutual. Number 8, Golden Dart, Mark Aubin at 1160 was second. Shelby Abbey and Jim Curran third. 2 minutes and 4/5 is the time for the mile. 3A Perfecta, nice one, $314.60. On to race 5, $12,000. That's the claiming price. We had a scratch number 3. Jeff's Image was lame out of that race, so a field of 7 for the 5th race.
It's Gold Mint on the inside. On the outside, Powerful Force. 59 and 4. Now they drive into the clubhouse turn. Your leader is Gold Mint, Powerful Force. He's on the outside trying to come on second. On the outside, it's Sand Society in third. Followed on the inside of horses, Icy Grum. It's Python and Willie Bump. Now they come into the back stretch. It's Gold Mint, Powerful Force, but here comes And Society. And Society with a super surge on the outside now to challenge and take command. It's Gold Mint back to second. On the inside, it's Powerful Force. Now they drive into the far turn. It's And Society. On the inside, Gold Mint is fighting to come back. Here comes Willie Bump and Icy Groom. Now they're in the final 8th of a mile. It's Gold Mint on the inside. On the outside, and Society. Here they come turning for home. It's Gold Mint. It's and Society. But here comes Willie Bump with a rush. It's Willie Bump on the outside now to take command. It is Willie Bump at the wire.
And it's number 6, Willie Bump. Ron Marsh in the bike. Jack Ackerman trains 11:20, the winning mutual. And Society and Dwight Banks at 6:80 second. Goldman A and Jim Curran third. Time for the mile, 2 minutes and 4/5. 6-7 Perfecta, 74.20. 6-7-2 on the trifecta combination, $419.80. We're going to be back with races 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, and our special guest harness owner Steve Newcomb right after this. Welcome back to Late Night Harness Racing. We're looking at the race results from Friday night at Maywood Park, and now we're joined by my very special guest, Mr. Steve Newcomb, harness owner. And Steve, you're one of the owners of Nettle Creek Standardbred Farm, and your big claim to fame, I guess, is Ideal Society stands stud at your farm.
Yes, we're very proud of him,
Yeah.
as a matter of fact.
Now, who's everybody who owns Nettle Creek?
Okay, the owners in Nettle Creek are Don Stevens, Bruce Johnson, Jerry Reardon, and myself. Of course, Henry Babson is the farm manager out there.
Now, he does an outstanding job for you. We've been out to the farm and done a few features and, of course, discovered Go Sox out there right here on Chicago Harness Racing. And we're going to be looking at Go Sox, who's racing in tonight's Maywood prep race. It's for 3-year-old Illinois Conceived and Foaled Pacers. $12,000 is the purse on the line. We've got a scratch number 6. St. Elmo Eagle is sick and out of that race. But you guys, sitting from where you sit at Nettle Creek, have got to be really happy about the success of a horse like Go Sox.
Yes, we're real happy with not only he, but many of the offspring from Ideal Society. We've been very fortunate to have that type of luck, and Go Sox been one of the real standouts, of course.
Okay, well, we're looking at the fine field of Pacers, and let's go to the call of track announcer Tony Salvaro for the Maywood Pace Prep.
A minute flat, now they drive into the clubhouse turn. It's Lake Hills, Texas with the lead. It's Garuvi on the outside of challenging second. Random our best. He's right there in third. Go Sox. Edging a closer fourth. It's Hopper, Wildwood, and Arborator. Now they curve into the back stretch. It's Lake Hills, Texas, but here comes Go Sox. Now fourth, now third. 3 wide as they drive by the 3/4 mile mark. It's Lake Hills, Texas with the lead. It's groovy between horses. Go Sox 3 wide in third. Random are best and Hopper Wildwood. Now they're in the final eighth of a mile. Lake Hills, Texas is opening up the lead under urging. Here they come, turning for home. Your leader is Lake Hills, Texas. Here comes Random Our Best, and he's out for the drive. On the far outside goes Sox. Down the stretch, Lake Hills, Texas, and Random Our Best. Here comes Random Our Best at the wire.
And the victory goes to number 1, Random Our Best, Jim Kearns in the bike. Randy Tufte trains 2060, the winning mutual. Lake Hills, Texas, and Randy Jacobs at 1160 was second. And Go Sox Heartbreaker to be third. Laverne Hostetler, the driver. 159 and 2 is the time for the winning mile. A Perfective 1 and 4 returns $287. Even. That's the 6th race, the prep race for the Maywood Pace. Now, you were there and you were looking at the race. What happened to my horse?
Well, he just, I know he was out 3 deep, about the 3/4 pole, and I think the track's a little deep out there also, but just didn't quite have it tonight, apparently.
Now, as an owner, are you privy to some of the things, like when you're looking at horses going into eliminations or getting ready for a big race? Do you think that they really don't try that hard with them?
Oh, that's beyond my expertise to elaborate on that. I really wouldn't know about that.
But as an owner, you want your horse going out every single time to win.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Okay, let's look at race 7. The conditions are non-winners of 4,000 in the last 6 starts. Also eligible non-winners of 4 races are 15,000 in a lifetime. There's a big field of 8. The overwhelming favoritism going to number 7, 6-Day War with Walter Paisley, and he was easily the winner.
Now 6-Day War opens up the lead now by 6 lengths. It's a Rear Storm second on the outside. Falcon's Lair followed on the outside by Check Rider. They're by the 3/4 mile mark. And your leader is 6-Day War. 6-Day War is all by himself. On the inside, it's Rear Storm and Falcon's Lair. Here they come, turning for home, and 6-Day War is opening up the lead now with every stride. It's Rear Storm second. On the outside, it's Falcon's Lair. A late move on the outside by Check Rider, but it's 6-Day War at the wire. A 3-way battle for second.
And the victor goes to number 7, 6-Day War, Walter Paisley in the bike. John Zawitowski trained 720, the winning mutual. Check Rider, Jim Kern at 882nd. Rare Storm and Laverne Hostetler third. 157 and 1 is the time for the mile, and a 7-4 perfecta returns 88.20. 743 in the trifecta, $342.80. Now it's time for the main event on Friday night's card at Maywood Park, a free-for-all handicap. The post positions were drawn by groups looking at Open Up and Say Ah, Cedars, Trenton, Brooklets, Roswell, Buck and Wing, and Wiregrass Kerrigan. And Buck and Wing happens to be owned by our very special guest, Steve Newcomb, and this horse has brought you a lot of success and a lot of joy and a lot of good races.
He's been a lot of fun. Along with making some money, he's just been a lot of fun and something to be real proud of. Not only by owning him, but he's out of our Stallion We Stand, Ideal Society, and one of our brood mares, so he's kind of special.
Okay, when you were sitting there watching him warm up tonight, what did you think? Did you think he was ready? Did you think he was ready to win?
He looked real good tonight, but of course I've seen him that way before and end up being disappointing. A couple weeks ago that happened to be the case, and come to find out he had a minor throat infection. But tonight he was real good and real tough, and when he gets away on the front end like that and gets to the half and 58 and something or 59 at a piece, he loves that half-mile track. He loves Maywood.
Okay,
he's tough to catch from there.
Let's go look at Buck and Wing at Maywood Park.
They're off. Open Up and Say Ah, going right for the lead. There goes Buck and Wing, and it's those two into the turn they race and Open Up and Say Ah. But Buck and Wing on the outside now to take command. Open Up and Say Ah is second, 3 lengths Cedars Trenton. In third, 2 lengths Brooklets Roswell, followed in the turn by Wiregrass Kerrigan. Approaching the quarter, and Buck and Wing has the lead on the route. 2 lengths Open Up and Say Ah is second, 3 lengths Cedars Trenton. In third, the quarter, 28 and 2, and Buck and Wing has the lead. 2 lengths Open Up and Say Ah. He's second, 2 lengths Brooklets Roswell. Closing the gap in third, Cedars Trenton, that is in third, Brooklets Roswell, and Wiregrass Kerrigan. As they approach the half-mile marker, your leader, Buck and Wing. It's open up and say ah. Right there in second, Cedars Trenton. He's right there in third, Wiregrass Kerrigan first over. 58 and 3, but it's all Buck and Wing. Buck and Wing has the lead 2 lengths. Open up and say ah. He's right there in second, Wiregrass Kerrigan. Followed on the inside, Cedars Trenton and Brooklets Roswell. Now they curve into the back stretch. It's Buck and Wing, Wiregrass Kerrigan storms upon the outside, and on the inside, Buck and Wing with Wiregrass Kerrigan. It's open up and say ah in third, Brooklets Roswell. They're by the 3/4 mile mark. And your leader, Buck and Wing. On the outside, it's Wiregrass Kerrigan. Open up and say ah, and Cedars Trenton. Now they're in the final 1/8 of a mile. And your leader is Buck and Wing. Here they come, turning for home. It's Buck and Wing with the lead. Open up and say ah in second, Wiregrass Kerrigan. But it's Buck and Wing. Buck and Wing is all alone at the wire. Open up and say ah, Wiregrass Kerrigan is third.
And the victory goes to number 4, Buck and Wing. Walter Paisley in the bike, Mark Franzen, Train 720, the winning mutual. Getting second was Open Up and Say Ah, and Ron Marsh. For third, Wiregrass Kerrigan. Fourth, Cedars Trenton. 5 was Brooklets Roswell. 1:55 and 4 was the time for the winning mile, and a perfective 4 and 1 returns $33.60. Looking at the mile, 1:55 and 4, like when you're driving home tonight from the trek, are you thinking, God, what a monster mile?
I'm pretty proud of that. Yeah, that's a mile to be proud of. You get a last half in 58 and the last quarter in 27 seconds tonight. So that's a pretty good mile. So pretty happy with that.
Okay, well that's
Kinda
Buck and
out
Wing.
there and let them catch you.
Okay, great. That's Buck and Wing from Friday night. We've got races 9, 10, and 11 coming up right after this, and more with Steve Newcomb. So stay tuned. Welcome back, and we're looking at more race results from Friday night at Maywood Park with our very special guest, Steve Newcomb, who is a very happy owner of one of the big winners on the evening's card, Buck and Wing, and one of the owners of Nettle Creek Standardbred Farm. When we look at the end of Super Night, you guys, all of the group of you, now you're not one of the owners of Plum Peachy, but most of your partners are.
Yes.
Who is a full sister to Buck and Wing, whom you own, and both of those horses bred by Ideal Society.
That's right.
How important or how much time have you spent in the breeding business, and how rewarding has it been for you to have a horse that sires 7 out of 11 race winners on a big night like Super Night?
Well, it's obviously a very exciting thing, and it takes a lot of luck to get there. And we like to think a lot of planning. The horse, obviously, the stallion's half of it, but we consider even more so than that, the broodmare band and the mamas. They're as important, or I like to even think they're more than 50% of it. But he's sure made a special year for us, and we're real tickled and excited about it.
Yeah, definitely. It's got to give you a lot of satisfaction. But
Absolutely.
it's a time-consuming process. I mean, it takes you a long time to get a horse to the racetrack. Do you guys ever sit back and think, well, let's get out of breeding and just stay in racing? Do you ever have that discussion?
No, we obviously when we started in the racing. All of us did, and one way or the other, a horse or two, and decided to get in the breeding business. It does take a long time. It's important to do your homework and to go after the best stallion and the best broodmares, because that's a big part of it.
Okay.
It takes a long time to get there.
Most definitely. Well, you've had a lot of good luck. And now let's look at races 9, 10, and 11 from Friday at Maywood Park. There are 12 claimers in the 9th race. Big field of 8, no changes, and let's go straight to the call.
Now they drive into the far turn. Your leader, Hoosier Hill. On the inside, I think I got it. On the outside, Lieutenant Monterey, Mr. Gracious. Here they come, turning for home. Hoosier Hill cuts the corner. On the inside, I think I got it. Mr. Gracious on the far outside. Down the stretch, Hoosier Hill has the lead. I think I got it. On the inside, here comes Surf Alert. But it's Hoosier Hill. I think I got it. Close for third. Surf Alert.
And it's number 3, Hoosier Hill. Dave McGee in the bike. Mickey Rodriguez, Trains 420, the winning mutual. I think I got it. Randy Jacobs second. Surf Alert. Walter Paisley third. 1:58 and 3 is the time for the mile. 3-2 perfected, 38.60. 3-2-1 on the try, $110.40. Race 10, $16,000. That's the claiming price. Field of 9, no changes, and the 10th race.
Your leader is Battle Shoe Prophet. 57-4, and Battle Shoe Prophet has the lead into the clubhouse turn. Slide. He's on the outside of Challenging second. Followed on the inside, Young Wish in third. Here comes Mala. Circling horses 3 wide. There goes Pirate Rip moving right with them. Now they curve into the back stretch, approaching the final quarter. It's Battle Shoe Prophet, but Mala moves up on the outside, followed on the inside, Young Wish. There goes Pirate Rip into fourth. On the inside, it's Poco Guy and Slide. Now they drive into the far turn. It's Battle Shoe Prophet with the lead. It's Mala in second, Young Wish. It's Pirate Rip. He's set to go 3 wide. Here they come, turning for home. It's Battle Shoe Prophet with the lead. It's Mala, Young Wish. Here comes Pirate Rip on the far outside. It's Battle Shoe Prophet. Here comes Young Wish. But here comes Pirate Rip, fastest of all.
And it's number 4, Pirate Rip. Laverne Hostetler drives. Carl Porcelli Jr. trains. 880, the winning mutual. Young Wish and Walter Paisley second. Poco Guy and Carl Schisler third. 1:59 and 2 is the time for the mile. Trifecta results 415, $533.40. On to race 11. $10,000 is the claiming price. They're Illinois conceived and foaled, a big field of 9, and the final from Friday.
Would you fly upon the outside? Now Powers into command. It's Lapalula second, dancing over. Now third, moving to second. On the inside, it's Lapalula and Vernon Roy. Now they're in the final 1/8 of a mile. And your leader, Would You Fly? Here they come, turning for home. And Would You Fly cuts the corner, but here comes Dancing Over with a rush. Dancing over on the outside now to take command. On late move on the outside by Burnt Orange. Your leader dancing over. Here comes Sammy George. It's Dancing Over.
And the victory goes to number 4, Dancing Over. Randy Jacobs, the driver. Marky Ricky trains. 1460, the winning mutual. Sammy George and Laverne Hostetler second. Would You Fly and Dave McGee third. 2 minutes and a fifth is the time for the mile. 4-8 perfecta, 127.80. 4-8-2 on the trifecta, $519. And a late daily double combination of 4 and 4 returns $56 even. And that's Friday night's race results from Maywood Park Racetrack. I'd like to thank my very special guest, Steve Newcomb, for being here.
Thank you.
And congratulations on your big win with Buck and Wing.
Thank you.
Okay, so until next time, we're going to see you at the races.
Late Night Harness Racing is a Michael production. Late Night Harness Racing was brought to you in part by Miller Beer, Coca-Cola, the Illinois State Lottery, by True Value Hardware, and by the Buick dealers of Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana.